There are ethical guidelines in research methods psychology for humans, but it is there for non-humans, that is for animals as well, which is also very, very important to take care of. So the first ethic is minimizing harm to the animals. So when we are doing a study where animals are the participants of the study, it is important that we see that harm given to them, made to them, is as minimum as possible. Any kind of distress, discomfort. For example, I have brought in horses or cows in my lab to do some kind of study. So it shouldn't be like I'm not giving them food, I'm not giving them proper shelter, or I'm not giving them enough space to roam about. So these kind of things should be taken care of by the researcher for these animals, and minimal harm should be given, like no electric shocks or no kind of distress should be given to these animals. Second is replacement. BPS, British Psychological Society, clearly states that whenever possible, don't try to take animals. If it's possible, you can take a footage or video footage or from the previous studies and use that instead of bringing animals in the study. So this replacement is one of the ethics. Next is species. It is important to see that what kind of species you can use for your study. Maybe for a particular study, one kind of species, it's easier to take, it's more convenient to take, but it is more discomforting for or more stressful to take another kind of species. So different species have different reactions towards the study or different reactions to a given stimulation. So it is important to see that the researcher has a good understanding of which kind of animal is more appropriate ethically and practically. For example, if I have a lab and I want to do a study on some animals, maybe it's easier or more convenient or ethically correct to bring in horse or cow for that. This is just an example. Maybe because they are domesticated animals and they feel very comfortable around the human beings. But if I bring in some wild animal or any animal who is not comfortable around with these surroundings or with human beings, it can be very distressing for them. So it is important to choose the right species for the right kind of study. Next is number of animals used in your study. So this is very important. According to Animals Act 1986, it is clearly stated that a researcher should take as minimum of animals as possible. We don't want to distress the animals, more number of animals for our study. So animal number should be as less as possible so that they do not feel any kind of discomfort, or minimum number of animals should feel any kind of discomfort at all. So a good experimental design is where it is, we take the appropriate number. It is not too less that we do not, are not able to get the results or the appropriate findings, but it should not be even a single number more than what it is required. Next is procedure, pain and distress. There is no alternative for pain. Pain should not be given to the animals, or minimal distress should be given to the animals. As when the animals are a part of your study, the researchers should make sure that there is no death, no physical or psychological harm or any kind of distress or inconvenience given to the animals in any way at all. Housing is very, very important when we take animals as a part of our research. So when the animals are brought in, it is very important to take care of their housing. For example, I'm bringing in birds, and if I take all the birds and keep them in a very small congested room where they cannot fly, or maybe I just put them in a cage, this is not an appropriate way. It can lead to a lot of distress in birds. Or if I bring in horses or big animals like chimpanzees, these kind of animals like cows, chimpanzees, monkeys are social animals. They are in habit of staying in socially together in groups. They should not be kept isolated, because when these kind of animals are kept isolated, it can lead to distress. And on the other way around, there are some animals who do not like overcrowding, who are not very social animals, like for example lion or tiger. I would not like to keep, as a researcher, to keep 5 lions in one single cage. This can lead to a lot of distress for them and as well as for me as well. So it is important that you keep the housing very in a very appropriate manner that you make housing in a very appropriate manner and keep these animals the way it is required for them. Researchers should have a good understanding of these species, that what is their food habits, how their housing is to be kept, what rewards would benefit them, or what things aversive stimuli can actually distress them. So all these things researchers should have good knowledge of. Animals should not be deprived of food in a way that it distresses them in a certain way. So here we are done with the ethics for non-humans, that is for animal, using them as participants in our research studies in psychology. Here are some practice questions that I've put up for you. Please try testing yourself. If you know the answers, most welcome to write your answers in the comments below. And in case you do not know the answers, even then you can write it and I'll help you out with that. And don't forget to subscribe my channel. See you.